Thank you, Cornelius. It's a very nice introduction. And as you can see, this is a fantastic team with Cornelius and Valeria and Sophia and many others to keep DII moving. And you know, I think most of you know DII. We started in 2009, actually looking at the question like, how can we make use of energy from the deserts, clean energy, renewable energy. It was very much until, actually you could say today, focused on the energy system. It started very much on electricity, power, to produce power from sun and wind, and maybe hydro and other renewable sources, and then to bring it to the power markets. And it is about infrastructure, production, transmission, storage, and then up to demand. And as you have seen, and Cornelius mentioned this, that's right, with Ad van Wijk, Professor Ad van Wijk in 2017, in our conference here in Dubai, we also started with the idea of hydrogen molecules. And because the molecules have a lot of advantages, because you're able to store it more easily, and also the transport, massive transport of energy is much easier and cheaper with molecules. In those days, we had the same thing like, oh, well, hydrogen will never happen, it's too expensive, you lose your efficiency, and so on and so forth, and no one could really imagine that this could work. And today, it is almost all about hydrogen. Even today, some of our partners say, please also talk a little bit about electricity, because it's not all about hydrogen in the world. But it was all, with the team and with all the partners, it was about the energy system. And then more and more, the question came up about offtake, contracting, buying and selling. And then I was sitting there with a few people, and I remembered or reminded years ago, more than 25 years ago, we had something similar in Europe. Opening up the energy markets in Europe. You may, the ones from the European market may remember, liberalization, open markets, and so on. We had power systems, we had gas systems, but there was no trading. And then I took the idea in those days with an old friend of mine, Jan van Aken, to establish EFET, European Federation of Energy Traders, and we hired also Jan Heidsman. And we came with the idea of a standard contract. And to our big surprise, when we came with the standard contract, we immediately became very famous in the market. In no time, the whole market was talking about EFET. And if you go today in Europe, and people say, yeah, we need an EFET, they mean a standard contract. It can be gas, power, coal, whatever, energy carriers. But not yet emission-free energy carriers, because, or let's better stated, climate-neutral energy carriers. The energy carriers in the whole energy market worldwide are, in principle, or mostly of them, are not climate-neutral. They are based on coal, oil, lignite, gas, everything that should have been forbidden from the beginning, but was not forbidden, so it has spread over the world, and we are stuck in the whole world with energy carriers that are harming us, are killing us, are making, on the long term, life, for humans at least, impossible. It's amazing that it's happening, and we are all part of that. But we at DII, we always had the mission of no emissions. Our mission, no emissions. So we said, let's also dedicate time, focus on the trading side of the story. So on top of the physical energy systems, the trading level of how to trade, to buy and sell, to bring actually through markets the energy from A to B, to store it, to make judgments, to price it, to create price discovery, so to have a realistic pricing, and also to hedge, to mitigate risks. And that's actually ZETA. ZETA is Zero Emissions Traders Alliance. So what we do is all companies, and in the end of the day, all companies in the markets will have to deal with energy trading. Whether they know this explicitly or implicitly, you always have to buy and sell energy. So That's why we started. And Jan, I told the first idea, Jan, I think a year ago. And then Jan said, oh, wow, this is fantastic. And then he left even his job at IFET, which I also founded, IFET. And I said, I come work with you. He will even relocate to the region here. So you see how strong love can be. Yeah? And Jan, I will not take all the time today. Jan will explain how we are building up ZETA, what is it about. We are at the very, very beginning, and we also need all of you to help shaping this. We are at the very beginning. This is not something like, here is ZETA, this is what it should be. No, we are a platform of companies that are dealing with trading, no matter how, no matter what, but the purpose is emission-free or climate neutral. So Jan, may I ask you then to give a little bit of guidance and insight of what we are going to do in ZETA together with the audience. Thank you.